Hi everybody. Oh, it's been a delightful trip here in Athens, and I just want to say two things. You get what you think about. You get what you think about. Now Jeshua, the teachers of Jeshua, have been guiding people every single day that I've been here. They've been guiding people to stop and talk to me. And they've been guided to ask questions like, what do you do for a living? Where are you from? And it opens the door to conversation, but it also opens the door to them being out in the open, in the world, in a big way. And so that's what we're doing here in Athens. This is past life activation. What is past life activation? It is not past life regression. Past life activation, as the teachers describe it, is drawing up positive energies that are specific to a lifetime, to a person, and then soaking in one personality trait. You don't have visions of the lifetime, you don't have memory of the lifetime, you don't have awareness of which lifetime. You just feel better. For me, it's confidence. They're soaking in. The phrase as they describe it is, I love my life. So I'm soaking in, just by being here in Greece, soaking in, I love my life. But the specific personality trait is confidence. That's good. As a business owner, that's good. As a human being, that's good. As a person who travels quite frequently solo, that's really, really good. It's really, really good anyway. Past life activation is not something that you can do by yourself. It's not something that you can learn in a book or by a video. It's not something that you can decide on. Meditation paves the way. Silent meditation paves the way for releasing the proverbial clogged pipes of the grid. And when your body is ready and your lifestyle is ready, then you're going to feel like doing something. And so it's good to take out your pendulum and say, I feel like going on a trip. Is this something that I'm being guided to do? Is this past life activation? Is this reconnecting with the energies of my soul family? Is this, and then add on your own questions. Now do leave a good 30 seconds, and if you are a fast talker, just leave a minute, because anyone that thinks fast, walks fast, talks fast, you will speed 30 seconds along, meaning it'll be less than 30 seconds, and then your pendulum can give you double energies, and then law of attraction steps in. So, fast talkers, fast walkers. Wait a minute, everybody else, make sure it's 30 seconds. Put a timer next to you and be really specific about it, because that tells the inner mind, I am specific. I am specifically wanting accurate answer by way of an energy strand. So the pendulum is not speaking to you. I get that all the time. The pendulum is not speaking to you. The pendulum does not have memory, nor does the pendulum draw psychic thoughts from you or from the world or from people. The pendulum moves by way of magnetic attraction. The way the teachers describe it is there's an energy strand that they create that has movement, and that movement aligns to the direction that you've chosen for yes, no. And there are some other questions, but yes, no is good, as well as ask later. Yes, no, and ask later are the three most critical ones for you to think of. What direction do you like? What direction do you feel is the right direction for you? For me, yes is clockwise. Positive energy moves in a clockwise direction. So for me, the right answer is clockwise. But everybody has different thoughts. I really like forward and back because yes means I'm moving forward into the future. Or yes means side to side because I'm equal with others. And we're all in this together. There's oneness. So there's no wrong answer, but there will be a right answer for you. And so for me, the right answer for yes is clockwise. Why would you need ask later? Because your energies might not be where they need to be. Thought process on the inside or your emotional state on the topic. So if you're emotional about the topic, if it's a really important question, it's probably not one that is good for a pendulum. That's a reading, so do consider it. My readings are 30 minutes and 60 minutes on my website, but you can reach me on keen.com. Same name, America's Medium, and you can pick any length of reading that you want. I host my business there because I was guided to, because I get to host my business. I'm not an employee. I will never be an employee for anyone again. Because once you step into being an entrepreneur, once you step into owning your life, then you learn to love it, and I love it. So you can reach me on Keen or my website, but my website is very specific, 30 minute and 60 minute. Readings and attunements. So the energy strand, the way the teachers describe it, they send it from your dominant shoulder. So if you're right-handed, it'll be your right shoulder. If you're left-handed, it'll be your left shoulder. And that strand is like a thread, and it moves. And it moves around the limb of your arm or up and down the limb of your arm. It coincides with the direction that you have chosen. So for me, no is counterclockwise. So if a question that I asked would result in an answer of no, then the energy strand would go under my arm and round to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, all the way down, past the hand, past the fingertips, down to where the chain of the pendulum is. And that's where magnetic attraction is equal to movement. So do use a good quality chain and something at the base. I like rose quartz, but I also like a penny. So it could be anything, whatever feels good to you. Just wait 30 seconds and a minute for those of you that are fast talkers and fast walkers. The energy is outside of your grid. It doesn't use law of attraction. It's a direct conversation that is coming from your superhero. Guides are teachers, but they're also superheroes because they just do anything and everything to surprise and delight and bring you joy and bring you fun. And there are so many synchronicities, and if you're just wandering around every once in a while by yourself, just look around. Well, that sign, well, that's funny. I was just thinking about that the other day. Now that's a phrase that I really, really like. Now I've seen 5 t-shirts today that just have really happy thoughts on them. That's nice. Synchronicities, just say, look up and to the right and say, well, it's an experience, a delightful experience brought to me by my superhero, my guide, my non-physical teacher, whatever works for you. I use them all. It just depends on what my mood is. So what is your mood? I want it to be happy. I want it to be very, 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 very happy. And so I want to announce just a couple of things. Readings and attunements create happiness because they're accurate. They are pure channeled information to help you get rid of indecision, get rid of the why, get rid of the why not questions, and just settle down and be able to move forward and move quickly into whatever it is that you're wanting to do or whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. Life is meant to be fun, and it is fun when you're not in a bad mood. Bad moods don't help you or anybody else. Bad moods don't. How do you get out of a bad mood? Well, I'm sitting here on the steps outside of the Acropolis. This is the Acropolis Hill, and there's the most delightful cactus, huge. Dragon's tongue is the way someone described it. It could be that variety. And I just think it's amazing. So if you're in a bad mood, just sit somewhere and then just find something to look at. It could be a leaf, it could be a plant, it could be a rock, it could be a shoelace, it could be a painting, it could be a picture. Don't pick something that's going to cause you to dip further into your emotion, like sad or anger. Just an object. Be a butterfly. It doesn't have to be a happy object. It could be dirt. How do you be happy about dirt? What did you say? Dirt is brown, dirt is here. I'm here, dirt is here, we're here together. What are we doing? Nothing. We're cohabitating. I like cohabitating. But for those of you that are in a relationship quandary, or it's just downright beating you up, then your mind is going to gravitate towards, yeah, I'm down in the dirt, down in the dump. Dirt is dirty and so is my love life. My thoughts, my life, they're just a mess. Dirt. I feel like my life is a mess like dirt. Dirt leaves stains. See how you can just keep going that way. I'm having a hard time even coming up with how dirt could be described as bad. Because I just look at it and I say, plants grow in the dirt. You see how you can just flip it around? Clear-minded allows you to flip it around. So if you can't flip it around, pick a different object, because some are easier than others. I like having my hands in the dirt. It's kind of like having my hands in the clay. And so maybe you have one thought that just leads you to another thought. Assume it's intuition. Assume it's a delightful experience of your supernatural, superhero, guide, superpower, whatever you want to, whatever word makes you feel happy about that being that's guiding you. When your mind just takes a really nice right-hand turn, or it steps off into another subject, just assume it's them, because then you train your mind that it is, and then it will be more often. Law of attraction's always at play. But when law of attraction is favoring you, then you can be guided. So if you're in a bad mood, today, tomorrow, next year, and hopefully it is not today and not tomorrow and not next year, but everybody gets in a bad mood. I hope that you recover from it quickly, that you think about it less, that you hold on to it, not at all, that you remember it as insignificant, compared to everything else that's going on in your day and your life. I love Athens. I am working on bringing a workshop here because this is a healing place for me. This is a soul family kind of place for me. Past life activation happens easy here for me. How do you know where your past life activation place is? It's a reading. It's a life path reading, but it's also a reading about where you are emotionally and how law of attraction is favoring you and not favoring you on different subjects. And it's attunements. It's a process of letting go. It doesn't have to be a scheduled attunement. It could be a year or more of silent reflection, silent meditation, and some other activities. So that could be a reading. What things can I do? Because I like to be involved, and I like to be involved too. And I'll tell you what, I have a morning routine, not because I have to do it, but because I like to be involved. I like to feel like I am starting my day with pure positivity. And so it's helpful to know who you are. And that's what a reading can do. But travel can also be unhealthy if you travel to a place where the grid has a lifetime that's not so good, or history doesn't favor, and so you might carry fear. You might want to see something in person, but being in that location might not make you feel so good. That's energy work. Everything can be solved with energy work. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. And so what you draw up into your moment carries you into the next moment, and the next moment, and the next moment. What are you drawing up? Well, in this moment, hopefully, interest. I'm interested. I like what I'm doing now. I'm interested in what's happening here. It brings the unconscious part of you back to here and now. And that's the best thing that you can do when you're traveling. Because your inner mind, the unconscious part of you, wants to explore, and it can explore faster and farther and deeper than you can physically. But when it does that, sometimes it can leave a mark that you don't want in the grid. So when you're traveling, meditate. In the morning and in the evening, 5-10 minutes is good. If you have an opportunity to do so, then remind yourself once or twice throughout the day who you are, and that you are a tourist, or that you are visiting this new location. It draws the unconscious part of you back into the here and now as well. So the other day, I was in Poros, Greece, and the teachers had me just look down and look at my clothing and remind myself that this is modern clothing, shoelaces, my backpack, bottled water, sunglasses, and that my name is Carol Collins, and that I'm a United States citizen, and that I'm visiting Greece, and that I'm in Poros for the first time this lifetime, because my mind wanted to explore, and the Teachers of Jeshua did not want it to explore Poros without my physical body. Your consciousness does not leave your body. It's more like Stretch Armstrong. It just keeps on going and going and going, and voyeurs the world, and then comes right on back, and then places that experience in the grid. So you don't have awareness of what it is doing and where it is going and what it is accumulating on your behalf. But over time, law of attraction is always at play, and over time it can favor certain locations, it can favor certain emotions. And if it's doing voyeur activity, it could soak in emotions on your behalf that you're not wanting. That's an attunement. So before you travel, attunements are excellent. There's so many places to see in the world, so many fun things to do, and it is different to see an archaeological site in person. It does look the same as in a textbook and on a postcard, but the richness of it, the human experience is different. And so do that. Just have an attunement ahead of time. Have a reading ahead of an attunement, so you know what will be worked on. Personalities can get altered for the negative and the positive. They do get altered for the negative and the positive based on the accumulation in the grid. The world needs to know about jumping. That's the unconscious voyeuring. And it needs to know that non-physical beings are the ones that can clean it up for you. There are fun activities that we can do to help us feel like we are participating. We're adding to human experience, but we're also adding positivity and hope and joy and love and interest into the grid about being happy. So today is August 31st, 2023, and today's my last day in Athens for this particular trip. And so I just say, how exciting. I'm already planning my trip here for next year. It'll be sometime in June of 2024. Mark June on your calendar as workshop in Athens, and you can help manifest it for you and for me and for countless other people. 1 + 1 = 2. 2 + 1 = You have one person who has a thought and another person who has a thought, and now you have two thoughts. And when person one has a thought, now you have three. And when person two has another thought, that's four. And on it goes and on it goes. It multiplies in a really fun way. So, there's many things that you can do with your time, and I thank you for being here and for listening. And I thank you for following, subscribing, liking, and all those wonderful things. So the last thing I want to mention is membership. The Teachers of Jeshua teach the essential material, the 4 pillars of learning, and it's everything that we as human beings need to know. Pillar 1, the foundational material, why we're having a physical life and who your guide is and how they help. Pillar 2, law of attraction, thoughts in the grid create your future experience. Pillar 3, directing energy within the grid to heal your lives and all the ways to do it. And Pillar 4, unfoldment into your ability to communicate with those that are on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm the channel for it, and I love it. Have a great day, everybody. I will talk to you soon.